What's up, everybody? This is our college basketball big game breakdown for Saturday, February 22nd. My name is Logan. With me in the studio, Nick Von Brick.
What's up?
We're going to dive through the entire Saturday card, give you each bet that we're taking for the day. It's been a profitable run for both of us on these Saturday, Tuesday episodes, but it's been an extremely profitable run for my daily best bet in college basketball. We are 13-3 over our last 16. We're cruising. We're running hot. I have 3 plays. It looks like we both have 3 plays for Saturday. Hit that like and subscribe button if you don't mind. If you haven't been following along for the ride with the daily plays, you need to. It's the same plays, same research going into it. It's just these we only do for the big game cards Saturday and Tuesday. But pretty much every other day of the week, I'm giving out at least a single play. We have one tonight right now with Michigan, minus 2.5. So we're going to see if we can get another winner under our belt. I didn't even look. Let's see what happened. So we're looking for. So we'll recap what happened Tuesday and just kind of throughout the week. Florida dismantled Oklahoma. Not really much of a surprise there. Houston dismantled Arizona State. Mississippi State and Texas A&M. This was expected to be a close game, but it was not. Mississippi State handled business at home, 70-54 win. Purdue and Michigan State. That was 13-3 in my last 16 plays. That was one of the 3. We took Purdue on the road. It was the wrong spot, but there was some questionable calls going in there. Marquette blew Seton Hall out of the water. They're in a battle right now with Villanova. And then Kansas, wrong side for you. I don't know what's going on with Kansas right now, other than the fact that Hunter Dickinson is overnight turned into a liability. I'm old enough to remember Hunter Dickinson at Michigan, you couldn't really stop him. He was one of the best players in the country. Now he's a defensive liability for Kansas, and he has one move on offense, doesn't rebound. A huge problem over there. Bill Self has his work cut out for him. But, all right, let's get to the Saturday card. Again, it's been a profitable run. March is right around the corner. 3 plays. You want to start it off? I have an 11 o'clock. Do you?
Yeah.
You can go first. Also, too, I'm going to remember to timestamp it in the description. So I meant to do it last time, so I apologize. But I'll make sure to do that this time. Go ahead.
Tennessee, Texas A&M. Like A&M, Tennessee has a top-tier defense, but Tennessee's is better. Number 1 defense in schedule-adjusted defensive efficiency, the number 3 ranked perimeter defense. The 11th ranked 2-point shot percentage defense. They're holding opponents to 44.6% on 2-point shots. The D1 average is 51%. And then they have the 3rd ranked defense and block rate. So they can defend a perimeter. They can defend it at the basket. Unlike A&M, Tennessee's offense has a little bit more to work with. Mm-hmm. Really, the only 2 things A&M does well on offense is they're the best offensive rebounding team in the nation, number 1 in offensive rebounding rate, and they get to the free throw line a lot. They're not that great when they get there, but they get there 24 times a game, 17th most in the nation. Tennessee, number 16 in rebounding rate and top 50 in defensive rebounding rate, top 25 in personal fouls committed a game, so it kind of neutralizes A&M's advantages there. But it feels like for A&M to win here, Tennessee's going to have to have a pretty bad game offensively. I'm going to go under 130.5 for this game. I think it's 2 top defenses. I don't really trust Tennessee's offense on the road as much as I do when they're playing at home, so I like the under here.
I certainly lean that way. I thought you were about to take Tennessee, judging by kind of what you were saying. Yeah, I wouldn't feel confident taking Tennessee in this spot. If I had to bet it, I would take Tennessee, but home court, very, very similar teams, I agree, 2 stellar defenses. I think Tennessee has – if Chaz Lanier can get going, if he's hitting from the outside and Zakai Ziegler, and really they have – too many guys that are inconsistent. Lanier, when on, is one of the better scorers. And then you've got Jordan Gainey. Same thing. I've seen this dude get hot as can be, but the consistency is just not there. If I had to go against the spread, I would lean Tennessee, but I definitely lean under as well. I'm not going to take it, but I am in agreement of which way the direction you headed. My first one, 11 a.m., Oregon going on the road to take on Wisconsin. We just got a good look at Oregon against Iowa. They covered the 1.5. It was a little sweaty there down the stretch, but they won by 2. Oregon's now going on the road again to go take on Wisconsin, playing their new Big Ten schedule. Have you watched Wisconsin?
No, but I know they're doing well lately.
Yeah, this is not the same old Wisconsin team that we've been accustomed to in years past. They still play pretty good defense, but they are fantastic on the offensive side of the ball. They are the 6th-ranked offensive efficiency per KenPom. They just dismantled Illinois and Purdue, scored 94 and 95 points, multiple scoring options. I don't think Oregon's going to be able to go toe-to-toe and match Wisconsin and what they're able to do on the offensive side of the ball. Shellstad's Oregon's leading scorer. He did not look good against Iowa. He looked very out of sync, taking bad shots, missing open shots. I was not impressed with what I saw in any way, shape, or form. They don't have a ton of scoring options. They only have 3 guys in double figures. Biddle's a good big down low, but I think Wisconsin's going to have the bigs to match up with him and at least make his life difficult. I just don't think you can rely on this Oregon team to put enough points on the board here. So I'm going to take Wisconsin minus 8.5 as my first play of the day. We'll go snake draft. I'll go again. Florida going on the road to take on LSU. You were just on LSU the other night. We know LSU very well, obviously, being from Louisiana. I think Florida's going to roll LSU here. We're going to lay 10 points on the road. This is a spot where you could see Florida come out and kind of sleepwalk through this, and LSU looks like they're playing their best basketball right now. The last game against South Carolina was the most complete game that I've seen them play this season, but South Carolina is a very bad team. The game before that, they played Oklahoma, who has been struggling mightily in conference play. I'm not impressed with the Oklahoma win. But LSU has stacked 2 back-to-back wins. But this Florida team is the real deal. They're one of 3 teams inside the top 10 of offensive and defensive efficiency per KenPom. Even without Alex Condon, they have multiple scoring options. They run like crazy. We were on the under the other night, under 158.5. They started out against Oklahoma. They were struggling to score, and then all of a sudden in a 3-minute stretch, they put 17 points up on the board. I was like, what happened? I literally went to go get a fucking cup of coffee. I came back. I was like, what just happened? They can score in bunches. They want to run. You've got LSU, who's 309th in the nation in turnovers per game. So if LSU wants to match the speed and try to run, they just turn it over way too much. They're not efficient enough in transition or really at all with the basketball. And then they're 293rd in three-point percentage. They're not shooting it well enough to go toe-to-toe with it. Arguably the most high-powered offense in college basketball, top 3 for sure. But the difference this year for Florida is their ability to do it on the defensive side. I just think it's going to be a really tough day for LSU. There is a possibility Florida could sleepwalk and LSU kind of keeps hitting their stride. But you're hearing the stories come out about how next year LSU is going to allocate more NIL funds to the basketball team and try to give McMahon a little more help. That they know they're not in a good spot right now. We're not where we want to be as LSU fans and this and that. I don't think this is a good spot. I think Florida's going to roll. So we will lay 10 with the Gators.
Yeah, Condon's a game-time decision.
Is
so
he?
He could go.
Dude, I got to figure out whatever you said, the score, I got to figure out where I'm getting my fucking information from because I've had bad information on Okpara with Tennessee earlier. I saw he was out. That motherfucker played. This was like weeks ago. If anybody's got a recommendation on where I can get concrete injury evidence, please let me know. You would think I would fucking have it, but for college basketball, I don't. What is your second play?
Let's see. I'm going to go to Duke, Illinois. It's a neutral site game.
In the Garden.
Madison Square Garden. Duke's 10.5-point favorites. Duke, one of the best teams in the country. They're playing really well right now. Top 5 in schedule-adjusted offensive efficiency and also the same for defensive efficiency. They've won their last 3 games with ease. Illinois lost 2 in a row by double digits. It's contrast in styles. Illinois plays fast. Duke's defense can really slow down a game. There's not really any matchup here that advantages Illinois here. Illinois, they lost their second leading rebounder to a broken wrist, I think.
Yep.
but I still think it's too many points here. I'm going to take Illinois plus.
Oh, you crazy bastard.
10.5. Illinois, still a good team. Top 31 in both offensive efficiency and defensive efficiency. Number 5 in rebounding rate. This is Duke's toughest game left on the regular season schedule. You look at their 3 losses to Clemson, Kentucky, and Kansas. They all power rank around the same as Illinois.
Yeah.
2 of their losses were on a neutral site. 1 was away against Clemson. I think Illinois can keep it close here. Illinois plus 10.5.
Yeah, it does feel like too many points. I want no business in fading this Duke team, but I don't feel confident. I can see why you're going that direction. Duke just scares me. I don't want to. Cooper Flagg's so good, dude, and I hope he becomes a New Orleans Pelican. But yeah, what they're able to do on the defensive side of the ball is ridiculous. But we've seen similar spot. It's the Garden. That's the only thing that worries me. Does Cooper Flagg go for fucking 50 in the Garden because it's Madison Square Garden? They just lost. Murphy, a very good defender. Dude with the long dreads. We were talking about him.
Yeah.
That's a big loss. He's a great defender. So, yeah, I can see why you lean in that direction. I don't have the balls to pull the trigger on it, but I'll certainly be watching. My final play, or no, you can do your third snake draft.
Yeah, it's another 7 o'clock tip-off. St. Mary's Gonzaga. Gonzaga's 5.5-point favorites at home. Totals 143.5. First matchup, St. Mary's won 62-58. St. Mary's was at home. Gonzaga, a top 100 team in three-point shooting, was 3 for 17 from three-point range in the first matchup. The game flow really favored St. Mary's here. It was kind of a slow-playing game. This time with Gonzaga at home, I expect they control the pace a little bit better here. I expect them to shoot the ball better as well. Their last 3 games, they're shooting 41.8% from three-point range. I think Gonzaga's a team that's kind of flying under the radar right now. Defensively, they're defending the three-point line better, and they're forcing more turnovers this year. So I like Gonzaga minus 5.5.
Okay. My last one for Saturday is going to be Missouri going on the road to take on Arkansas. Coach Cal, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. They're 4-9 in conference play, but I'm kind of impressed, if that makes sense, with the coaching performance for Coach Cal in his first year at Arkansas. Missouri, we just saw him score 110 points against Alabama. I think you're going to see the public jump all over Missouri in this spot, and we're going to take the 1.5 with the Razorbacks here on the home court. I think after you see the number next to Missouri's name, you see what just happened against Alabama, a team that was number 2 a week ago. If you look at that game, one, Alabama played the worst defense I've seen all season, without question. Horrific defense. But Missouri got to the free throw line 47 times. I don't expect that to happen again. I think we're going to see a pretty good defensive showing from Arkansas here. And I think they have the guys to score. Missouri is very unorthodox with their approach on both sides of the ball. Mark Mitchell, he was at Duke last year. He's the leading scorer over at Missouri. He's a good player. He's not this extremely dynamic scoring option. I think he can be shut down. I think Alabama was just a revolving door that night and played horrific defense. So we're going to take the 1.5 with Arkansas on the home court. I think Coach Cal, we may see he'll get a ranked win, get some momentum heading into March. So
yeah, I'm gonna take Arkansas too.
I think it's a perfect spot for him.
Yeah, especially Missouri coming off 110 points. It's like
I think you're going to see the public all over Missouri because you just saw. I mean, it wasn't even the score doesn't indicate how much Missouri was kind of in control of that game, 110-98. But I mean, they scored at will. But 47 free throws is not sustainable. Do not expect that to happen again. So yeah, Arkansas plus 1.5. So my 3 plays for Saturday is going to be Wisconsin minus 8.5, Florida minus 10, and Arkansas plus 1.5.
All right, we're going Tennessee, Texas A&M under 130.5. We're going Illinois plus 10.5. Gonzaga -5.5, and Arkansas +1.5.
Okay, there you go. That is our best bets for Saturday. I like I said, I think for some reason I've always just like wanted to be better at handicapping football. I think I'm better at handicapping college basketball. I think it's safe to say at this point.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just after what happened last year. I'm hoping to keep the run going this year, but it feels just like last year. So I'm like, maybe this is just my new normal. Maybe I know what I'm fucking talking about. I don't know. Or maybe we're incredibly lucky, like what happened with Cincinnati. That was, I forgot to mention that in the beginning. That was the most improbable. So if you're following along with my daily plays, if you're betting what I'm betting, then you had Cincinnati +3.5. That was the most improbable win ever. I wasn't even doing the like, God, if I could just get this one, I won't complain anymore. I was like, it's fucking over. It's over.
I turned it off.
Dude, and it was frustrating because they were up 6 and they were controlling that second half. Jizzle James, fucking top 5 name in college basketball, was finding his offense. They were throwing lobs to the rim. I was like, okay, we're settling in here. They got a lead. West Virginia was struggling on offense. I was feeling good in the spot. Getting 3.5 and you're up 6 halfway through the second half. And then they just went ice cold, 6 points over a 9-minute stretch. I was like, what? It's death by 1,000 cuts, like watching a slow car crash, a slow motion car crash. I was like, what is going on, dude? And then, down 9. West Virginia's at the free throw line. They miss the front end of a 1-and-1. That first 3, it was dysfunctional. Like it was like he turned and just kind of passed it to nobody. The guy randomly goes and gets it. There's like 15 seconds on the shot clock. He says, fuck it, and just throws it up there, banks it in. And at that point, I'm laying on the couch and I'm like dejected. And I leaned up a little bit. I was like, but in my head, I'm like, you're going to have to fucking steal the inbounds pass. As I'm saying it, the ball's in. I'm like, oh my God. And then I don't know which 3 was more of a prayer because he did like a runner from the corner. Didn't even touch the fucking rim. I don't even know the guy's name. Skinner, maybe? I got to look it up.
They weren't even trying to get him the ball on the first shot.
Yeah. No, it just happened to go to him. He threw it over
somebody's head, and he just was there to get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 15 seconds on the shot clock. He said, fuck it. I'm just going to throw it up. Banks it in. That's what I was explaining to my dad. The improbability of that cover, that was like 1 in a million. If you make the free throw, you have no chance to cover. So you miss the free throw. You throw a prayer bank 3, you steal the inbounds pass, you throw another prayer, same guy, back-to-back within 10 seconds, and then you fucking force the inbounds pass out of bounds. And I don't even think it was – I think Cincinnati hit it out, but they called it Cincinnati ball on the court, and they didn't have an angle. And then to inbound the ball, fucking almost get a 5 seconds. Cincinnati inbounds, it misses the 3, and then there's not enough time left to foul. That was like a 1 in a million cover. The baby was sleeping. I was silently I almost pulled my hamstring. I got up off the couch and fucking sprint. I didn't even know where to go. I was just running around the house. Like that was the most incredible cover, at least in college basketball, that I've had in my entire life. So
yeah, if they would have hit the 3 and tied it and went to overtime and won, and I checked the box score later, I would have questioned reality.
Yeah. Dude, it felt like March Madness too. Like when they stole the inbounds pass, like I fucking got up and I was like, it's like you almost know it's going in because it's such bullshit. If you're on West Virginia, that under no circumstances should they have had a shot to get that second 3 off. And as soon as he gets it, you know it's fucking going in. Basketball is a weird game, man. It's crazy. The momentum swings, all of that. That was one of those where you just you thank the gambling gods. They did us a solid. We got one back from the LSU plus 12.5 or minus whatever it was earlier in the year. We can't complain anymore for the rest of the year after that one. That was unbelievable. So that had to be mentioned. I meant to mention that before we went through the bets, but that was fantastic. So like I said, we're running hot. 13-3 in my last 16 plays. We're going to try to keep it going. 6 plays for you on Saturday. Again, if you're still listening this far, we appreciate you. Hit the like and subscribe button if you don't mind. March is almost here. Good luck.